different, but we moving strong. XCP, this where we belong. Different rhythm, different sound. We still rise, we still shine now. Step by step we find our way. Love speaks loud even when we don't say. XCP, yeah, we stand as one. Parents, children, we get it done. Safe space, real love, no pretend. Support, hope, we rise again. Early mornings, long nights, I'm tired, but I'm fighting. Doctors talking, people staring, world feel like it's tightening. But I see that spark, yeah, I know who you are. Not broken, just brilliant, yeah, you my shining star. Every meltdown got a message, every silence got a voice. I'm learning how to listen, every step is a choice. They don't see the beauty, they just see what's off. But I see a whole universe, the world brushed off. Different rhythm, different sound. We still rise, we still shine now. Step by step we find our way. Love speaks loud even when we don't say. XCP, yeah, we stand as one. Parents, children, we get it done. Safe space, real love, no pretend. Support, hope, we rise again. I see colors when it's quiet, hear sounds you don't hear. Sometimes I get overwhelmed, wish the word was more clear. I don't mean to shut down, I don't mean to run away. I just need a little space, I'll be back, I'm okay. I'm not less, I'm just me, yeah, I'm moving my own way. Different path, different pace, but I shine every day. When you hold my hand tight and you look in my eyes, you remind me I'm strong, I don't have to disguise. It's a journey, not a race. Love will always lead the way. Through the highs and through the lows, we grow stronger, this we know. XCP, we connected for real. Every struggle, every win we feel. Different rhythm, different sound. We still rise, we still shine now. Step by step we find our way. Love speaks loud even when we don't say. XCP, yeah, we stand as one. Parents, children, we get it done. Safe space, real love, no pretend. Support, hope, family till the end. Autistic children, connecting parents, a safe space. We understand.
Hey everybody, welcome to Red Lipstick Vibes, where the vibe is always positive, and welcome to ACCP Autism Awareness Symposium on today. All right, guys, we are in day two of the symposium, and I have a special guest today. This wonderful lady that I met. How many years
Oh, a long time, long time. We love you long time.
I met this lovely
Yeah,
lady that came into my life.
probably 5 years. Yeah,
5 years, okay, five
yeah,
years ago, and she came into my life at the
yeah.
right time, at the right moment. She is
Same
truly
here.
a blessing in my life, and I could not ask for a better sister up in here. And we are going to talk. If you have not seen the thumbnail, we're going to talk about homeschooling. And that's one of the reasons why I brought her up here, because she is a professional homeschooler around here. She's a professional around here. So, sis, before we get started, before I show the intro clip that I have put together to show some little some kids being homeschooled, give us a little bit of insight on when did you start, what made you want to homeschool, and how long you've been doing it.
School starts from birth for
Mhm.
me, for real, for real. But indoctrinating them at 3 and 4 was intentional.
Mhm.
So it started at home, keeping a regular schedule, trying to mimic the schedule of school, knowing that the intention was for them to go in.
Mhm.
Right? So we got 3 grown kids. Madison is 11, and we've homeschooled since the pandemic.
Okay.
Pandemic happened. She spent maybe half the year, and that online school was not working for us.
Mhm.
And just the environments here, and the articulation, just the Baltimore City slang, she would adopt it, and
Mhm.
I didn't want any of that.
Most
The bad
definitely.
habits, anything
Yeah.
that was a big reason, and we were blessed to be able to have that space, that privilege to do it.
Mhm.
And that's the biggest blessing. I would have homeschooled all of them,
Mhm.
honestly, and they even look at Madison's situation and kind of envy it a little bit. After doing their 12 years of school successfully, they're like, man, I would have
Right.
wanted to do this.
Yeah.
So, it's more relaxing. I would say it's not as much pressure. And if there's pressure in the home, we're putting too much on them. And it's hard to learn with that much pressure. So I knew that she was a different child versus our other children, quite different. So sending her out there for them to try to teach her individually,
Mhm.
yeah, she wasn't going to get that. And I spent so much time in school directly. I saw that she wasn't going to get that individual time. So school is about, repetitive, trendy shit versus them being an individual.
Right.
They learn the same stuff we kind of learned, and yeah,
Yeah,
not
they,
an
they just
individual.
they just repackage it.
Yeah, it's not individualized. They kind of treat
Yeah.
children like a problem when they need an IEP versus they all should have one.
Hmm. Exactly. I,
Yeah.
I agree with that. So tonight, another reason I brought you on in because I know a lot of people don't have children with autism, but however, I wanted to get the perspective of a mom that's doing homeschooling. I hate to say it, but the normal kids, so they can get the perspective as well. So the things that I'm going through um, in the slides, and sis, I got some slides. I couldn't help it, sis. I hope you got something to drink.
It's a good skill to have, especially if you're choosing to homeschool your children.
Right, right.
Put
So
them
I
slides
was trying
together.
to be as detailed as possible to give people the money. I did I cut it down a good amount. So but I hope that the information you guys receive will help you make a decision on whether you want to homeschool your children, whether they are on the spectrum or not. Because Ms. She says going to have a perspective from a parent that doesn't have a child with a disability, and I'm going to come from the spectrum with a child that does. Okay? Does that sound good? Shouts out to everybody that's in the chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button. And please do not forget the goals. The goals are 10 memberships. Y'all see it scrolling there right here at the bottom. 10 memberships, and $80 towards the paper towel fund. And it's almost the 30th, so we gotta go to get a case of paper towels because we go through paper towel one every day. Okay, so we gotta refill the paper towel fund. All right, so please hit the cash app, y'all. All right, well, let's get started. I put together a clip, and I want us to look at some autistic kids being homeschooled and see what it's like. And your nephew is in there too. So let's check it out. If I can find the clip. Oh, here it is. Nope, not that. Where is the clip? Lord have mercy. Hold on, y'all. Oh, here it is.
T
A
L
L L
L A
S I A.
Talasia. Read this number.
He doesn't do
Okay. So now let's start backwards. What place does it go in?
what?
In our ones place. Go ahead and put your one in your ones place. The next number is? 3 goes in our tens place. What's the next number? 4 hundreds, right. Sit down. Good job. Good morning.
Now I want y'all to understand that this young man has speech delays, very severe speech delays. So you understand what she's doing with him. She's using a lot of visuals, PECs. So you'll see her work with him.
Good morning. Good morning, Drew. Hello. What's your name?
Hello, what's your name?
My name is Mommy. A says F. That's a B. B says B.
C.
C says B. Little B. All right, let's go across. Big B. Little B. Good job. Big D to little D. Big D. Little D. Good job. E. E. Big. What's that? What's that? Little B. 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 Big B. Little B. What's that? J. That's the line at the top. Y'all gotta do your line at the top. J. All right, next. Stop from the top, buddy. Down. And around. Good job. R. Now you are up and down. You. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good job. Yay. Now the you. You. A you. You're working on you. Good job. Now E. Yay! Good job. I'm gonna show you so you go from black crayon to black spider web, okay? Yeah. Down came the rain and wash the spider up. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain and bitsy bitsy. Went up the spider again. Yay! Yes. All right. So look. So where is blue? Where's blue? Blue. Yes, that is blue. Where is blue? Over here. Where's blue? Yeah, you did it. So now hold your marker. Hold it. Okay, I want you to write a line from blue crayon to blue picture. Blue to blue. Write a line. Okay. No, you're okay. Good job. Way to did it. Blue line to blue line. Yeah, you did it. All right, where? What? Use full words for me, then. You know how to use a little bit more words. My turn. Ready? Here, ready? Come on, you're walking away. Come here. You scared, but you want me to do it. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Come on. Ready?
What do you want?
Fruit snacks.
Not available.
So he is using the ACC device to speak.
Something else.
All done.
All done with cards? You want to do bears? Put in same. Red. Yellow. Right here. Right here, right here, right here. More. Do more. Good, more. Corn. Let's go potty. Where's potty? Potty. Potty.
Potty.
Potty. Okay, let's go. Pick it up. Pick it up. Thank you. Kiss. I love you. Okay, what do you want?
Cards.
Cards? Okay, block. Block. That's a block. High five. Okay. Do you want fruit snacks? I'll take it. Do you want fruit snacks? Yes or no? Do you want fruit snacks? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, then let's have a fruit snack. Here. Wipe your tears. Go like this. Here's a fruit snack. Are you gonna eat it? Yum 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 yum. Here, fruit snack monster. Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum. Look, it says fruit snacks. FRUITSNACKS. Do you want to spell fruit snacks? Let's learn how to spell fruit snacks, okay? So let's start with the F. Pick up the pencil, turn it around and put your feet this way. Let's spell fruit snacks, and then you can have another one. Ready, set, spell fruit snacks. Spell fruit snacks. F and bottom right. Bottom right.
If you have a child with autism and they're currently being homeschooled, here's some tips on how to be successful. Number one, develop a routine. And I can't stress how pivotal this is. For many autistic children, homeschool schedules can provide the structure and the predictability that they need. Number two, incorporate physical activities. Curriculum with physical activities can help provide sensory input and increase focus and attention. Number three, involve your child in decision making. Giving your child autonomy and putting them in the driver's seat for making some decisions will help them feel motivated throughout the whole process. Number four, you want to foster life skills. Skills like self-care, dressing, and cleaning up are all an important part of a well-rounded curriculum.
Boulevard.
Good job, Taylor. Good job, Taylor.
42.
Oh, right. And that was Mr. King doing his math.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Get your work done.
Oh
You
my,
gotta have a teacher tone too. You gotta have a teacher tone.
exactly. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into our presentation. All right, y'all. So let's get into our lesson. So we're going to talk about homeschool. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to review tonight: understanding autism and learning styles, setting up your home for the classroom, evidence-based teaching strategies, behavior support, and self-regulation. That is very important. We need to teach all kids that. Okay. um, Curriculum and scheduling. Go over some apps and softwares and services. Sensory environment design and parent self-care and community. Okay. So get your paper and your pens, and
Hmm.
we're about to start.
Yeah, and this is an advisory. This is not just great tips and strategies for autistic children, neurotypical children.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna benefit off of all of this as well. Okay, so it's really good to have structure and consistency to where they know what's happening day
Mm-hmm.
by day, hour to hour. They feel safer like that.
Correct.
All children.
Yep, all children, and that's what we went over yesterday. And yesterday, to me, yesterday was an awesome show. I was very proud of the show that we pulled together about on the discipline and structure and routine, and that's what we had touched on, yesterday. And it's going to be repeated here as well. So if you don't know, autism in the USA is one out of every 31 child. 31. It used to be what, 65? Now it's 1 in 31, according to the CDC in 2005. Um, the spectrum, no two autistic learners are alike. Profiles are likely different. Each child has their own learning style. I talk about this all the time, how, Mr. Caleb learns in rhythm because he's very music. So if you teach him things in rhythm, he learns it very quickly. So that's one of his learning styles. So some of the common characteristics are uneven skill profiles, strong in some areas, challenging in others, differences in sensory processing, whether it's being overloaded or under, and that is a thing. Preferences for routine, predictability, just like Sis just said, and sameness. um, Literal thinking, concrete over abstract, communication, different styles, as we've seen in the video. Some are verbal, some are nonverbal, and so you have different styles there. Executive function challenges, planning, transitions, and flexibility. So some kids have a real issue with transitioning from one thing to the next. And we go with the routine thing. You know what I mean? That's when it comes
That,
very important.
yeah,
Uh,
that was one of the main reasons we chose to homeschool Madison.
mm,
Noticing that her processing of transitioning was very challenging. So imagine me leaving her in school for her to transition from one, activity to the next, and her have behavioral issues, and I'm getting constantly called on and stuff like that. Yeah, we wasn't going to do that.
mhm.
So
Uh,
transitioning is hard for most children.
yeah. For most kids, it's kind of hard, especially when they're used to one thing, and then you want to change it up like automatically. It's like sometimes they have a hard time processing it in their head, to the change. Homeschool advantages. What are some homeschool advantages for a child with a disability?
Less pressure,
Mhm.
one-on-one attention. It's like having your own IEP. The flow
Okay.
of how we decide,
Mhm.
and them making decisions for what they want to learn is also empowering. So
Mhm.
they are involved in what the lesson is going to be for the day, or how we set up the week, or, however we decide. I've
Okay.
always tried to include versus just thrusting her into stuff because again, I said she had transition issues. So I'm aware of that, right? So I got to
Mhm.
make sure she knows this is what's on the docket, prepare her for it. So it's excitement there and then we go into it versus just trying to be like, come do this.
Mhm. Right,
Sit
right.
down, do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Like how it is at school. It's like they're like kind of restricted, you know,
Hmm.
from the actual enjoyment of learning. So
Yeah.
it's so interesting when I saw this meme where they showed a school and a prison. They look just alike. And so
Yeah.
just imagine how it feels on the inside. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Hmm. By the third child, I noticed the difference because they're all 5 years apart.
Mhm.
So, 15 years in, it was like, wow, the pre-K three had to wear uniforms in Virginia, and the
Mhm.
little babies had to walk with a bubble in their mouth
Yeah, yeah,
and
exactly.
their hands
Exactly.
behind their back in the hallway in a straight line. Like it was, yeah,
Mhm.
a prison like setting. And I definitely didn't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we do know that there, like I went over yesterday, and if you need a more extensive, um, information on what autism is, I have four shows dedicated to that. So you can go and look at the playlist and get a real deep dive into what autism is and all intricacies. I can't even get it right. Y'all know what I'm saying. Okay. All right. Why homeschool? Here we go. So just like Sis says, you get to customize your child's experience. So tailored education to the individual strengths, interests, and needs. Reduce stress, eliminates sensory overload and social pressures of traditional schools. And then you have the flexibility to adapt the pace, curriculum, and schedules, including frequent breaks. A more safe environment, foster a supportive learning atmosphere. Sis, when we talk about the flexibility with the homeschooling thing, do you have to abide by the state's curriculum, or you can tailor it to your kid?
You have to abide by their curriculum, but you still within that you're tailoring it to your kid.
Okay.
Long
Okay.
as you show them a satisfactory amount of work, be it online, through workbooks, through, cursive writing sheets, whatever, depending on your coordinator,
Okay.
you have to be clear and specific of what you're teaching them.
Hmm.
You can't be dismissive and not want to send in, paperwork because we chose to be independent. So I'm not under any umbrella. We don't have any co-ops. She don't go to, other people for them to teach her. That's not what we chose. So I have to report directly to one person, and it's been the same coordinator since we began, so she already knows when she calls me, I already have all my stuff. We have transcripts sent because we use Time for Learning,
Hmm.
T4L. So that's
Okay.
usually where I get the full curriculum, but I throw in workbooks. I prefer the workbooks over the online stuff,
Hmm.
at
I
this
think
age they get.
a lot of parents
Mhm.
like they prefer the online stuff versus the workbooks. I wonder why.
It's
Is that
easy.
more? Is it easier to do the online
It's
thing?
easy. I mean, I would say it's easy, and they can just say they've done it. Are you checking it?
Okay.
Right? Because
Hmm.
you can just go in after and just see the scores, but what are we doing to follow up?
Okay.
Versus you have the work. Like I see that you understand what you're reading, you're
Hmm.
doing the work. Like it's a whole, and the same way the curriculum is set up, the books are set up. So when you buy that grade 4, 5, I don't care where you are, the curriculum is set up the same way. So you're following the protocol by using the workbooks. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And online it just becomes they do it in their free time. They can skip through activities. They can just fly by the night, go through the lesson, do the activity, fail through it, and then be like, well, I really didn't understand it. You understand what I'm saying? I've actually
Hmm.
went through that.
Hmm.
What do you mean? So it's a 3-minute video. You can go back and watch it again and see if
Right.
you can grasp it. We sit down together, but you have to follow through. That's the teaching part of it because
Hmm.
they're learning to be independent and autonomy of self because you have a lesson. Like once you get them to the second grade, like if they comprehend, this is neurotypical children,
Hmm.
we already taught them the ABCs, phonics, so they know how to read. So they should know how to comprehend. You
Hmm.
give them assignments, It's just like reading a book, summarizing it, who, what, when, why, where. If they can grasp all of that, they begin to teach themselves. So you're empowering them and affirming that you're actually teaching yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something for her to really realize, and then again, you have to tell them, I had to push in a little bit of the past of how our elders weren't allowed to finish school, So we have that capability. We have the honor to teach ourselves, and you actually have the privilege to be home with your parents and elders and sisters who,
Mm-hmm.
So it's the affirmation for them. That's important too. So it's not just about the lessons; it's about learning how to manage their time at home, being independent. The home economics, cleaning up behind themselves, being responsible,
Life skills.
following through. All
Mm-hmm.
of those things, they're not really going to be taught that at school. It's kind of like bullied and pushed and forced
Right. Right.
on a mass of children versus individualized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's one of the big things about doing homeschool with your child, because you get to actually be one on one with the kid, right? And you can individualize everything to their learning skills. So that's why this slide says understand the child first. You have to understand your child first. And just like we talked about on yesterday, I kept saying you need to be present and active in your child's life. The only way you be able to understand your child and know what your child's learning style is, what their communication level is, their sensory needs is, their behavior triggers, their strengths, is you got to be present. You got to be present at home, at school, wherever your child is. In order for you to learn them, you have to be actively present in their life. So these are the things that you need to know before you set up your homeschool. You have to understand their learning style, whether you need visual help, and whether they need hands-on, movement based, right? Sound based. You have to understand their communication level, whether they're verbal, nonverbal, or they have limited verbalization. You have to understand their sensory needs, whether sounds, certain sounds would, send them off. Certain, you have to learn about their light sensitivity, their food texture, their clothing issues. Because I remember when Mr. Caleb was like about 3, I had to pull all the tags off his clothes. Because it was something about those tags, baby. He was, look, take the tags off. He was not about that tag life, okay? And you have to understand their behavior triggers. Do they have a hard time transitioning from one thing to the next? Hard time telling you what they want, when they're tired, when they're frustrated. All these things you have to know. And only way you're able to know that as a parent, you have to spend time with your child. Anything on this list?
You're absolutely right. Pay attention.
Oh, here we go. So here are some of the learning styles. You have a verbal communication, and visual. That's using the PECs, using the picture exchange. You have the music and sound. That's what Mr. Caleb. That's one of Mr. Caleb's learning styles. Physical, logical, social, solidary, and combined. Okay, these are the active learning styles for children with autism. Is this the same thing for all kids, or is there something different when they're talking about
No,
kids' learning style?
I would think it's the same.
The same. Okay.
Yeah, Madison has all of those. I noticed that very early on, she needed a combination
Okay.
of ways to, interpret the world around her, whatever she was learning. So
Mhm.
some things are a little easier, but some things she need a little more. Quite a few strategies.
Right. Right. Right.
Mhm.
This is just to show you what it looks like. A picture of the communication differences, so that you can see that. So let's talk about the sensories. We talked about that yesterday, guys. So go back and watch the video. You have to know what's going to uh, aggravate your child's nervous system. Okay. What will send your child into sensory distress? And so even as an adult, sometimes I get sensory overload. Even as an adult, and I'm not autistic, I even get sensory overload. I'll be like, child, I can't. I'll be like, what, child? No. Just let me self regulate real quick before I zap out. So this is important as well. And understanding your child's sensory issues. Are they seeking attention for something? Are they something that's happening that's sending them into distress? And again, that goes back to knowing your child. And so once you know these things, then you can teach them self-soothing applications so that they can be able to regulate themselves. And I think that's one of the issues that's happening. Because I remember story time when I was working in a school system, and this one little boy, he was just aggressive, right? He was really aggressive. Mama had some single mama had like 8 kids, something like that. So he was like not really being cared for, and nobody could calm him down but me. They will call, I will be on vacation and they will call me to the school when he is acting a fool because nobody can calm this boy down but me. And I try to tell the mama, okay, he's overloaded. You have to. So you know what he wanted from me? Squeeze. Pressure.
He needed that squeeze.
He needed
Yeah.
pressure.
Need a weighted blanket or
Oh,
something.
wait, exactly. And so I told the teacher, I was like, y'all need to get a weighted blanket and a weighted vest. Put it on him and see the change. And so the school finally ordered one and got one for it, and the rest is history. So understanding these things will help you alleviate some of these sensory problems that your child might have. Child, what is Caleb doing in my kitchen? He doing something down there. I need to put a camera in that kitchen. It is right.
Chopping up some carrots or cucumbers or something.
He just had an
Unless
orange.
you smashing the goodies.
He just had a big old orange. He don't need no nanas. Lord have mercy. Autism strengths. We talked a little bit about Mr. Caleb's strengths, physical, yesterday. They have awesome. Some has awesome visual skills, attention to detail. So here's the thing. Now, if you notice that when your autistic little one likes to put their toys or something in line, and they has to have it because they have a really good OCD, but they pay attention, very very straightforward attention to detail. A lot of them are very creative musically. I saw a meme the other day where this young man with autism drew this picture. Just awesome. Just creativity is just, yeah. So their memory, some have very good memory. They remember everything. Analytical. They observe a lot. Okay, they paying attention. Some have deep focus, critical thinking. And as you know, a lot of our scholars from are autistic. So keep that in mind. Albert Einstein was autistic. So these are some of the autistic strengths, and see, these are the things that you need to look at with your child. Can you see these types of strengths in your kid? This is important. Since you can chime in anytime you want.
Yeah, you're right. It ain't much to add to the facts that you're telling. Pay attention to your young people because some have some amazing brilliance that you would be surprised. Hand them some paint, let them make a mess, and see what happens. We just got to try anything, and what works for one may not work for another. So
Exactly.
Madison has that sensory stuff. She loves her putty things. Those things are very soothing for her. So I'm like, it's okay if you're sitting there and you need to use it while you're working or whatever the case may be. So I see that all those things work for them. Their nervous systems are in shock. The world is different than when we were growing up. It's way too much electronics, way too much technology, way too much information out there, and their nervous system can't process it.
Correct.
So
Yep.
it just throws it out of shock. Anything can affect it. Like you said, the tags, I don't have to rip out tags too. I'm just saying, most of us don't have any tags in anything,
Right.
so it's not just one. All of us in this house.
Oh, yeah,
So that's, yeah, it's definitely an issue. And just all of the materials, their bodies are really sensitive and they can't articulate or be clear about
yeah.
what they're feeling. So we just have to notice.
Right.
So if you notice more, you'll be able to soothe their nervous system. And bringing them home from school, because school affects their nervous system, right? Because they pushing academics, these strangers, other people around. So when you
Right.
bring them back home, you're kind of calming their nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
So give your both some grace, and everybody needs to go on vacation for a little bit. Don't thrust into
Right.
everything.
Exactly.
Regulate that nervous system first.
Right. Let's talk about the setting up your learning, your environment at home for learning. Um, so of course you should have a dedicated learning space. So let's talk about that. So do you think that it's should the learning space be separate from the bedroom?
Yes, absolutely. Especially when they're young.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see that they can work independently, then wherever they feel comfortable is fine, as long as they're getting the work done.
Okay.
But when they're young, yeah, keep it. It has to be out their room. It has to be a structured place that they know this is when it's time.
Okay.
We mean business here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I painted. We took a whole wall and painted a chalkboard
Yeah, I
before
remember. Yeah.
they stand up ones. I would take their bedrooms and actually make it a classroom, especially when they were babies. The big ABCs all around the wall, sight
Mm-hmm.
words.
Yeah.
For them to just paper on the wall so they can just go crazy with finger paint. So I ain't yelling because the wall. Don't make a
Right.
mess. I
Right.
wasn't
Right.
one of the parents. You gotta let them do that. That's how they
Mhm.
explore the world around them. So got to make some mistakes and get them some grace. I'm just saying, they human.
Exactly. Yeah. Um, the suggestions are make sure you have a dedicated space, like a separate play area or a separate sleep area. You don't want the learning area in the same space. Of course, you have to be consistent and stay in the same spot every day. Of course, because the routine and the predictability is important with kids with autism. Organization system. Ooh wee. Sis, you good with that. The organization system. Keeping things organized. Don't have things like all over the place. And because I think you really can't focus when you have mess when it's messy, right? So I think that's the same thing for kids too. You know, having a little bit of organization.
Yeah. I mean, who can focus in chaos?
Right.
Find nothing. Where's the paper? Where's this? Where's that? Label everything.
Right,
That's how they
right.
learn words.
Mm-hmm.
Label everything. Socks, t-shirts. Like, they need to see these words, right? Because then they're just going to recognize them on sight.
Mm-hmm.
They know what a shirt looks like, but seeing the word next to it and always saying it when they open the drawer, like, those things are really important. So
Exactly.
some parents have the misconception that they start learning when they go to school. No, they start learning as soon as they come out you.
Mhm. Okay.
You get a baby in your face. You're supposed to be talking. You're supposed to be mimicking words so they can see your mouth move. This is how they learn to move their tongue and their mouth and their lips and structure sound. Like, all of that is important. I think the last 25 years, we've probably forgotten all that. These kids haven't been getting anything because we've been giving them technology.
Right.
And,
Exactly.
so they don't want to be around other humans. Like, we kind
Mhm.
of bringing this on if we're not interacting with our infants and then
Correct.
passing them off to daycare. So I'm just saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. You are absolutely right. Of course, we talked about the sensory considerations. Make sure you have if they need noise cancellation headphones, fidget tools, accessory toys, the cushions, seating, all that. Make sure you have your lighting correct. Because some people like Mr. Caleb is sensitive to bright lights. Okay, that's why he already dark like a vampire. Jesus. He act like he gonna melt if he go out in the sun. Lord, now I'm a sun baby and he's the opposite. What's going on here? Got a whole vampire for a kid. Jesus. And make sure you have the visual aids. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the visual aids, so I'm not gonna go down that list. And your technology setup. Now, sis, what do you think about having a separate desk for paper learning, and then a separate area for technology like computers and all that thing. Keeping those
Oh yeah.
separated.
Yeah, that would be good, and especially for parents who work at home and they do have an office, like situating
Hmm.
your young person. Yeah, yeah, having your young person sit next to you do their work while you do yours is, it's brilliant. Like, you're working, I have a job to do, I have a duty and a responsibility, and so do you. You do your work, I do my work. If you need some help, you ask, I'm right here. Like,
Hmm.
those things are important to see that they have support right there.
Right.
Um, and just knowing it's a designated time, like you said,
Hmm.
having that consistent structure for children with autism, they know what's happening when we go here
Hmm.
versus sitting here and just giving them every different thing at one time in this one
Right.
space. So it might be a little easier to have this designated, even if it's just a table and a chair with that
Exactly.
there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
and something sensory to mess.
right, right, and that helps decrease meltdowns and
Mm-hmm.
defiance, because they already
Yeah.
know. Because, like I said yesterday, once you keep doing something, it becomes a habit. So they automatically does things. Like Mr. Kayla, or when he wakes up in the morning, he automatically goes in, brush teeth, and then I didn't even notice that he was doing it, and then I noticed that he makes his bed right after he fixes his breakfast. Then I looked in the room. I was like, he's making the bed, and so I've noticed that he makes his bed. Every time he gets out of bed, he makes the bed. I was like, well, who taught you that? I'm
Hmm.
like,
Hmm.
okay,
He said,
he
that's
make
my routine.
okay, Mr. Grown Man.
Hmm.
So it became a routine, so that he does it like clockwork. Shouts out to Mr. Caleb. Y'all hit the paper towel fund, okay? So that's I turned it in. So this is an example of what some learning spaces look like. And if you don't have the space, it can be a small space. It doesn't have to be a big office or anything, but a small corner where you can you know put some of the learning tools in it. So if you don't have a big space like the second picture, the other, depending on the size of the kid, because Caleb won't be able to fit in that right there. But the size of the kid, you got to figure that out. Okay. All right. Now, let's get into some teaching strategies for kids with autism and related disabilities. Of course, we talked about ABA yesterday, right? That's applied behavior analysis. We talked about that. And of course, we have the visual support learning strategy. That's with, picture exchange, using the PEC system, using visual schedules. That's one of the strategies. And then you have the structured teaching strategies. It's basically task related. So you have the task, and it's sort of like, a schedule, so to speak. Like when you do one, then two, then three, you're done. What is the other one? First, then is it first and then you're done. So that's another teaching strategy. And then the social stories. So this one is kind of like new to me, but I didn't realize that we were actually doing that until I actually like did my research for it. So this is like all the things that you're teaching them, you're using like in story form. Have you ever heard of that? What's this? The social story
Um,
teaching form?
yeah, yeah. You use every form. Like, when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to these kids, you use every form.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my motto has always been work first, play later.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't just me saying it to them, they had to watch me work,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be go to work or go to school or clean up something, straighten up the kitchen, like whatever it was. Then we get to relax and play. But you
Mm-hmm.
also have to, again, be intentional and purposeful and play. You
Right.
have to play. I'm sorry, you don't know how to play. Y'all don't
Right.
know how to play with the kids. Get down, have some fun, and be a little kid. Like, I'm serious. I can really go back to 6 with these children. When I get around them,
Mhm.
I feel 3. You know what I mean? Like, I get on a level, and it's easy to do for me,
Right.
but
Mhm.
that's not for everybody else.
Mhm.
I've caught the most savage of beasts, like you said, in strangers. A child is
Exactly.
just acting up out in the world, and I'm like, hey, you
Mhm.
okay, buddy? And they turn
Right.
around and look at me. Holy shit, I'm okay.
Exactly.
Either they scared shitless and they running up under their parent,
Mm-hmm.
because like, who is this stranger talking to me?
Right.
Or
With
it's
authority. With authority.
right,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm never authoritative. I
Mm-hmm.
really stoop to them like, hey, I'm concerned. What's up, buddy? It's like one of them characters they probably see on TV, on the little
Right.
shows they be watching.
Exactly.
It's like, wow.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
So I get that. I never really had to like be harsh, only to mine. I've actually
Mhm.
let mine have a fit right in the front of Walmart. Oh, okay, you're gonna do that. We're not going in the shop. Okay, grandma and the other daughter, y'all go ahead. We're gonna wait right here. And I ain't never had that problem. She was probably about 4. That was the last time. Hold up, excuse me. No, you're not. Okay.
Mhm.
She was acting up.
Right. Right. Right.
But that don't work for, like you said, it don't work for all children. She knew what she was doing. Just
Oh
know
yeah.
keep
Oh
some
yeah.
check.
They all know what they know what they're doing, child. Don't talk. Hey, parents. Okay.
Don't
I
let
got
them fool
I
you.
got 22 years of experience, and not just with my kids. Okay, I was in the school system. These little jokers know exactly what they're doing. No matter what disability, they know what they're doing. Okay, they came into this world knowing what they're doing. Don't
I
let
mean,
them
their
fool you.
job,
Try to
their
tell you.
job is to pay attention. Their
Pay
job is to pay
attention.
attention to us. They're learning from us, and we forgot to pay attention to them, and then now we're here.
Facts.
Now we're
Exactly.
here. So don't think that little person don't know how to manipulate you, push your buttons,
Oh yeah.
irk your nerves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, beyond repair,
Mm-hmm.
like they know.
And
And
the
what results they get? You get,
mm-hmm.
okay, here, take
Mm-hmm.
it, get out my face.
Yep.
So I'm
And
sorry,
just
we
like
got
we talked
followed
about,
through. There was consequences. I'm sorry, there was
yeah.
consequences. They
And we
followed through in our day.
talked about that yesterday. Like a lot of times when they figure out if I throw myself on this wall, mommy gonna give me what I want. So guess what he gonna continue to do? If we go to Walmart and I want something and all I gotta do is act a fool in this aisle and mommy gonna get it for me, guess what they gonna continue to do? Pay attention, parents. Them little jokers asleep. Okay.
Well,
um
you know what I do? Try to do, sis.
mhm.
Affirm the parents who are struggling out in public. So if
Yes.
there's any parents that are watching and you have a moment out with your child and you're struggling, you may feel embarrassed, you may
Mhm.
feel whatever you're feeling. Please take a moment and give yourself some grace.
Yes.
Don't worry
Yes.
about someone judging you. Be
Hmm.
in the moment and pay attention to your child and the needs that they need, because everybody's nervous system is in a wreck at this point, and it's
Exactly.
no good for you to
Mhm.
take on that embarrassment. As sis said, it's 1 in 31 now.
Yep.
You are not alone. Okay,
All
you
right.
are not alone.
Exactly.
So sometimes you might even look around for refuge, and you might
Hmm.
catch eye contact and someone may walk over, and that may change the whole situation, because it really does. These children know somebody coming into their presence, and they'll check that shit like.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Just like how you said it's been many times that like, it's just give them that, it's all right. And
mhm,
then like
yeah.
and I will affirm him like he has autism. Like, okay. And then I will let them know, I'm a parent as well, and how long.
Mhm.
And then it kind of gives them because the reason why I started the initiative wasn't necessarily for the kids, it was for the parents.
Mhm.
I said autistic
Absolutely.
children connecting parents, because what
It's
I
kind of
found.
like that black nod in a group of white people. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
we know. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, because what happens, because what I noticed, when Mr. Caleb was diagnosed and stuff, it's about getting the kid together, and there was not a lot of resources for the parents. We were just left out there in the wind, and that's why I started this initiative, because you have to care for the people that's caring for the child. Because if you don't pay attention to them, who gonna pay attention to the child? You know what I'm saying? And that's why we have such a high rate of divorce in our community, such a high rate of abuse in our community, deaths in our community, because a lot of times nobody's paying attention to the parents and the caregivers. They're burnt out, they're tired, they don't know what to do, they don't know how to turn. Because I've been blessed to not have a lot of issues, behavior issues, and stuff like that with Mr. Caleb. But however, I've worked with kids that had major, major issues. So I understand, right? And so it's what about the parent? You have to heal not just the child but heal the parent too, because especially with the moms, you have to understand that cord, that child was literally a part of us. So we feel in everything that they're going through. If you understand what I'm saying. So to leave the parent and the mother and the father in the wind and not providing counsel, not providing instruction, not providing encouragement, not providing a safe space to say, I'm having a bad day. I feel like I want to lock this little joker up in the closet.
Or a parent to say, I don't know
I'm
what
being
to
real.
do.
I've had parents, this one and the mother and the father, they were about to lose it. They were about to lose it. I had to talk them off the ledge. They were about to get their child away because nobody was paying attention to them. Nobody was listening to them. And the more I was able to listen to them, I was able to give them the tools and the instructions to get their child in a place with it that he didn't hit himself. He stopped hitting himself. He stopped hitting his sister. No, you have that'll be another show. Okay. That'll be another show. Shouts out to the parents. Shouts out to all parents that actually being a parent. Okay. So these are the teaching styles, guys. These are the teaching styles. Let's go through them because I have things. So here's what the ABA looks like. So it's always, remember we talked about it yesterday, it's finding out the why, what is happening. That's the ABCs and the consequences of such behavior. And also when you're using it in the teaching style, you are giving positive reinforcements with your child. And this is when you be able to, once you learn about their behaviors and what their learning styles is, then you'll be able to personalize their goal using the ABA. Here is a slide showing you what the teach approach is. So take a second and read over that.
Yeah. Number 3, reduced anxiety. This
Mm-hmm,
is so important. This is so important.
mm-hmm.
I think, either way, in school, at home, the pressure that these kids feel.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of pressure. I still, even today, I have to say that to Madison. Like, y'all, why do you put so much pressure on yourself? Take your time. If you mess up, it's okay.
Right.
Once we point out the mistake, you try again. So it's the same activity on the next story or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Why,
beat
why,
yourself
why do
up
you think
so
they have
much.
the need for perfection?
Because with me, they've said they think I'm perfect. It's kind of like perfect stuff. I see you do things so good, and I told them it's because I make it a habit. I practice.
Mm-hmm.
When I want to do something and do it good, I practice it. So if I do it enough, it's gonna look like I do it really well. But it took me a long time to do it. You know what I mean? So I try to be really, really realistic,
Mm-hmm.
with it. Um, yeah, you practice anything and you can get really better. You can actually perfect it. So
Exactly.
and they see the progress because I keep everything. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
I keep everything. Goodness gracious. So I have all of their books from like kindergarten. Now I don't keep everything, but some of the
All
stuff
right.
I know they would want to see, I can
Mm-hmm.
pull it out. Like the 30-year-old, I got cards, I got, notes to us, little mom and dad notes, and like it's cute. I had to throw away the teeth because it had maggots in it, and they're like, "Why are you keeping the baby teeth, child?"
Did you find magazine in? Oh
I
no.
kept the teeth. This the first two.
I still, I
Okay, I
still,
stopped. I
I
stopped.
still have Mr. Caleb. I still have Mr. Caleb's. I still have Mr. Caleb's teeth. His first pair of Nikes.
Hmm.
Um, five of his because remember I told you he was so tiny we had to get his clothes from the Build-A-Bear shop.
Right. Oh my
So I
goodness.
still, I still have his little outfits.
I had their hospital clothes and
I still
umbilical
have
cords,
the wristbands.
bracelets. Their hats.
Yeah, the hats. His first
And
little,
it
little
smells like it. It's all wrapped up.
I,
Okay, okay, okay.
I got
Okay.
it in a little chest. They're so cute.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm just
instructional strategies, tips and tricks. Of course, we talk about the visual schedules. So me and sis talk about the schedule stuff all the time. Sometimes I need a schedule for myself. I got an electronic schedule. I write down the schedule, and I got a whiteboard over there. I got to write down everything.
I
And
mean,
if you haven't
learning to
watched,
manage your time well, it comes with your own strategies, and sometimes you should
exactly,
absolutely, absolutely. That's why they make all them pretty calendar books, and they make them for us.
exactly, exactly. Look, I'm not gonna tell you how many calendar books I have. That's a shame. It's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. I think if I would take every room would have a calendar book. If I, yeah, it's a lot of them. But anyway, using visuals for language and predictability, right? And we talked about yesterday. We talked about the first and then. This is a classic for kids that have like behavior problems, and we use it for the math, right? So first and then is usually good for math, right? The task analysis, this kind of breaks down a task, like when you're writing a paragraph. A lot of parents use this as well. And then we have the micro learning system. When your child has, a small attention span, so each learning uh, well, I call them. I have them like little cubicles. When my Mr. Kid was a bean, I had certain little areas. One was for math, one was for reading, and one was for reading. And so he would spend 10 minutes in one, and then he'll move over to the next one. So just putting the learning segments in short intervals when your child has a short attention span. So these are some of the learning strategies. Do you have any others sis, that you think that could be implemented?
Oh man, it's so many. Goodness gracious, um, the allowing them to pick,
Mm,
right?
mm-hmm.
Singing it like you said, that the musical part, again, have fun with them when they're little. Like, have fun. Learning needs to be fun. It takes
Yeah.
away the pressure, it takes away the force. So if you gotta sing their asses all the way into the
Yeah.
room, you
Yes,
understand what I'm
indeed.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, your favorite song, just make up something on your
Make
way in with the same hum or whatever the case may
up
be. Like, I just would make up stuff on the
exactly.
fly. Like, again, you
Mhm.
got to become a kid in order to make them feel, to bring down their nervous system so they're ready.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
we can't be those, authoritative teachers that you see in school. Like,
Exactly.
it's not going to work for these little people, especially for the autistic people. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. So you do have to learn to come down to their level.
That level.
Again, pay attention to your children and what works best. If there's a certain tone that works best for the child to get them to do something, like, you really got to focus on that and make sure you're delivering that tone so you can get the right reaction. Because if you try to be harsh and you know that that's going to send the child's nervous system up the
Exactly.
wazoo, you are
Mm,
going to have a behavior. There's no way it's going to be time to sit down. If you know that
exactly.
your child is not a morning learner,
Mhm.
don't do school in the morning. Do it,
Mhm.
and you do it when you want. Do it in the afternoon. You can do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It doesn't even have to be Monday through Friday. You
Exactly.
have to deprogram your way of thinking and thinking you have to strategically do it like they do in school. Because
Right.
it was all wrong. I'm
Right.
just saying.
Right. And that's the purpose of homeschooling, to do it different from what they're doing in the public school system.
Yeah.
Right.
And it Caleb don't like the sun, but if you have your child does like being outside, like, that's the best. First thing in the morning, like, if you're in an area where you can go out, go outside.
Mhm.
Go
Mhm.
outside and sit out in the front or sit out in the back, have something to drink, breakfast outside, picnic. Like, these
Exactly.
things are really important, the outside things, because they're going to learn that going out into public. So
Exactly.
making them more comfortable out in there, feet on the grass,
Mhm.
grounding them, because their nervous systems are in shock. I noticed that a lot of autistic children nervous systems are really out of shock.
Yep.
So if we can kind of ground them a little more, it may help. So barefoot, you notice the ones they don't like to wear shoes, like they're
Mhm.
on the tiptoes. So
Yep.
find something to help them want to put their feet down. You
Yes.
understand what I'm saying? If it's certain material to put on the floor, so many different things.
Yeah.
Uh, Madison don't like pressure. Again, that's her main thing. I remember early on I wanted to go and have the pediatrician. We had the same pediatrician, and I said, well, I just want to run her through because I see a lot of the um, markers. Because again, I am a teacher, and
Mhm.
there's how many? Sis, there's so many.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I seen quite a few. Again, this is my fourth child. I've raised six. I've been around six godchildren. I have nine nieces and nephews. So I've been around children since I was a little girl. So I
Mhm.
paid a lot of attention. So when this one comes along, I'm like, wow, like you said, I had to cut all the tags off. She had sensory issues, certain materials she didn't want to wear,
Yeah.
all these kind of little things. Her speech was a little, I would say it was delayed, but we did sign language. So she knew how to manipulate us. Now I see, it was manipulation. She knew how to talk. She just, I ain't talking to y'all. Y'all talk
Right.
too
Right.
much. I'm just gonna act like, you know what I'm saying?
See,
It was
see, you
crazy.
know.
Yeah. It was something. Yeah, yeah. Because I was like, what's going on here? Everybody else was
Yeah.
yapping. So she was like, yeah, I know how to get them. Ah, oh, okay.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
And we responded. So, try whatever it takes. Don't overload yourself. Like sis said, parents need that grace. Y'all, we overload ourselves with too much pressure. These kids, and they're not perfect. Okay.
Yep.
We want them to be. They're not.
Exactly.
Accept that, and it's okay. It's
Mhm.
okay. So we have to accept who they are. So we have to learn to, teach them the way they need versus
Exactly.
how we want. Right.
Yep. Exactly. This is some of the examples how to use a calendar with your little ones, right? Because we talked about routine, and we talked about yesterday. We talked about the importance of routine for our kids, right? And need to get checked out because I like routine too. Hey, look, and if we don't look, there has been times when I lost it when everything didn't go what I had planned in the routine. Okay, so
Hmm.
look, I might have a little bit.
No, we have nervous systems too, and they can get out of whack too.
Yes,
Hormonally,
yes,
just like you working on the computers all week
right.
long, like all of these things. Yeah, it can
Mhm.
really mess you up, and we can get overstimulated as
Yes,
well,
yes,
and
yes.
it affects us too. So mind yourself, y'all.
That's and I'm learning that that's why I don't sleep because I'll be overstimulated with with the working the
Your cortisol is
computers.
probably kind of
Yeah,
high.
it's like my
We got to
mind
regulate
is
that,
overstimulated.
bring
So
that down just a little bit.
yeah, but you know what? The red light therapy has been helping. I've been sleeping the extra hour or
Okay,
two,
that's
so the
good.
red light
That's good.
therapy is helping. And we're going to talk
Yeah,
about that on another show. The red light therapy, guys.
yeah,
I like to try stuff out before I tell you all about it.
yeah.
And that red light
That's
therapy
real.
has been doing wonders. So yeah. All right. So and of course we talked about routines. Routines is important. Okay. All right. Curriculum, sis. How do you choose the right curriculum? So wait a minute. The first question would be: Do they have certain types of curriculum that you can choose from, like or is it just a set curriculum for each grade, or you can pick and choose like what you want that child to learn that year, or is it like set?
Yeah, you decide. If it's independent, you decide. They
Okay.
give you the basics: reading, math, science, writing, life skills,
Hmm.
social skills, art. They want to know if you like take them on trips.
Hmm.
Do you watch documentaries? Gym. What kind of gym are you doing? So that means, are you going outside? Are you teaching them health and
Right.
hygiene?
Right.
Certain grades. So as she's sixth grade, so that was a part of her curriculum. So now she's added podcasts. So she
Okay.
listens to like 3 different podcasts in the
Uh-huh.
morning before she starts school, and they talk
Mhm.
about science, different animal. One is about different animals, so they work out a whole storyline. But she's learning so much about that particular animal, whether it's a koala or a damn dinosaur or something. You know,
Right. Right.
but she's learning it.
Hmm.
So again, that auditory learning, her listening to something,
Okay.
it's teaching her. So
Mm-hmm.
I told her, I said, well, give me the list, because when I speak to the coordinator this time, because I kind of like am eliminating time for learning a little bit. I rather her work in the workbooks, because now we getting into 7th and 8th grade. She got to do a lot more writing
Okay.
versus being on that. So
Right.
I'll use that for testing or just, activities and things like that. But I want them to know we going into workbooks. So
Okay.
there's a lot of different curriculum books that it's just a big workbook. So they'll give you the whole curriculum, and you'll get the math, you'll get the reading, everything in this one book. So they got Brain Quest, they have what is it, Summers something, um, Pearson, the Pearson books.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many.
Pearson, yes,
And
I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
That's
you
the book
choose,
table
you
got. Yeah.
choose.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right. So I'll buy separate ones. I'll buy like science. So it'll have
Yeah.
experiments in it. Five Below has a
Okay.
lot of great books. So they have more in the stores, just in your community stores. They have from pre-K all the way up to like 3rd grade. Once you get to fourth,
Okay.
5th grade and higher, you're gonna have to start ordering offline. So
Mm.
I go online, I look through them, I look and see how many pages they got, how many worksheets for each activity. So if it's spelling, it should have the spelling words and then maybe 5 or 6 activities with those
We'll go with
words. Because
that. Okay.
when we went to school, we got spelling words on Monday, and we
Right.
had to do something every day with those words.
And
By
the test
Friday, we were
on
being
Friday.
tested.
Yeah.
Definition, sentences, make a puzzle. I don't care what it is. Y'all gonna do something with
Yeah.
these words. So that's
Mm-hmm.
how they beat it in our brains. So and it's making her write. Her writing is amazing. She writes cursive. Most adults don't write
I
cursive.
was about to ask you that. Are you teaching them cursive? Because
Oh, her
you're not teaching
coordinator
that in
loves
school.
us, because I was doing that in 1st grade.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean? I was teaching them early. So when our first child, 25 years ago, I actually made the dots for the
Mm-hmm.
ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s, print and script. And I would have to take it to a copy place, because I ain't had no printer, and
Right.
had
Right.
them copy a whole bunch of them. And I would just give them to her and let her do that. And I'm talking about 8, 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's never too early to put a crayon, the big fat crayons in their hand, because it is a
Yeah.
certain part of learning that they look at in kindergarten, 1st grade, if they know how to hold a pencil or crayon the right way.
The right. Right. Exactly.
You just showed one of those videos, and I'm watching the baby write, and he's holding it like this, but he's writing everything perfectly. But they would
Mm-hmm.
score him low because he's not
The way he's
holding it
right.
like
Yep.
every other kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I actually have a degree in early childhood instruction, and I never went into school to teach. They don't pay enough, for one, and the parents, y'all, became really horrible. I'm just saying,
Tell me about it.
nobody tell them nothing. So I
I got
love the
stories
kids.
about these parents out here in these streets.
I
Lord
gave
Jesus.
them free service just by my children being in school. They
Mhm.
had me until they moved to each grade, and I just kind of went along.
So, here are some of the things you need to consider. Of course, you have to make sure you learn your child's learning style. Okay. What are their strengths? So, reading, phonics, picture books, audio books, comprehension through drawing are some of the things that you might want to consider. For math, I know, like with math, I use we do the IXL one because that will have everything when I want him to on a computer. But he does have workbooks, and we have a lot of like the ruler, the play money. What else is down there? The little squares to help him when he's doing like the division and multiplication. So all these things that you need to, pay attention to. Of course, when he does a little cooking, I started to put the video when he was over there making his first cake. he, he and look, hey, he did it too. That cake was good, baby. Okay, it was a big old lemon cake. Okay, he did good. He measured everything. He
Oh,
had
that's
the
awesome.
mixer and everything. He put it in the oven. He set the timer and everything. So he did good. So those are the things you want to consider when you're talking about math. And then, with the science, you have to think about where your child is. So because you don't want if your kid likes to put things in their mouth and chew on things, that's why you got to pay attention. So some of the science things you may not want to keep in the classroom that you're gonna work with him, because then you not may he might eat the Play-Doh or something. So that's why you got to pay attention to the kid. Okay. Writing, like Sis says, the tracing, making the dots, typing, speech to text, sentences starters is some other things that you may want to get into, and also like in the video that we saw earlier, life skills. Teach your kids life skills. Of course, they took home ec and stuff out of schools, but I mean, you can teach it at home. Like Mr. Caleb, I taught Mr. Caleb how to dress himself. He knows how to clean himself. He shower, toothbrush, all that other stuff. And I don't look. He's too big for me to be doing that for him. Okay. He knows how to cook certain things for himself, right? Of course, we always talk about how he be cleaning stuff, right? With those paper towels, everything gotta be wiped down.
He can come stay with me anytime. I love a kid who want to clean.
Okay,
You want to wipe
right.
the paper towels, baby? All right. I ain't mad at you.
Everything gotta be wiped down and carried on around here, He washes his own dishes. He does his clothes. He know how to iron his clothes. He puts his clothes away. He makes his own bed. He loves to vacuum. Okay, teach your kid life skills. Okay,
Yeah. And have fun.
and
Like
have
y'all
fun.
can't be on a rampage yelling at them, having this negative energy. It's definitely going to shock their nervous system. So you definitely, like, you hear how sis talk. I couldn't even see her yelling at Caleb. This is
Mhm.
probably why he's not aggressive,
Right.
because the way you speak to him, you speak
Mhm.
to him with respect. You
Yeah.
affirm, he's a good boy and these things instead of negativity and
Exactly.
harshness.
Right.
Make it fun taking them to the laundry. Have a laundry fight on the
Mhm.
way to the laundry. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, make it fun for them so they don't feel so much pressure, because that hurts more. Like their nervous system, I can't stress that e- enough. This is something that we have.
Mhm.
This goes up to, for y'all can see that,
Let me put you on. I'm gonna put you on the big screen, sis. Hold on. Oh, can I do it here? Child.
but it's just the multiplication.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, the thing is blocking.
Is it blocking? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you all the way up here. That's why.
You got the communication and social skill development
Okay,
in
there you
front.
go.
Yeah. Nope, still blocking.
Where is it?
Got
Oh,
to drop the
okay, I got you.
communication.
Got you.
The
Got you.
tab. There you go.
All right. You see now? Oh, there it is. Okay, there you go.
Oh, it's not on the screen yet. Let me see.
Yeah, it is.
Unless my phone. It's not on YouTube because I'm looking on YouTube and it's just the
Oh.
blue screen.
Oh, there you go. There she goes.
There you go.
All right,
Okay.
there she is.
So y'all know those are the little
Okay.
bubble. It's the bubble thing.
Oh,
So it has the multiplication facts on it up
okay.
to 15, up to 15. So not 12. Most of them go up to 12, but this one goes up to 15
I like it with the
because that
color.
was hard. It was very
Right,
hard
right.
because this ain't nothing but memory.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
These are just the memorable facts. Once you get these down, it's so much easier to do bigger problems. So, and
exactly.
I think she was more under pressure of the big problem. So if you got 43 divided by 92,464, that looks scary,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Right. So, but when you
Sure
break
it
it
is.
down, a little smaller, it's a little
Right,
easier. So
exactly.
it was
Okay.
just all of the steps was scary. So it took a
Mhm.
while. So I'm glad we passed that, and she has a better understanding. So math is being easier grasp. But I would say she's on a lower level than six. She would probably be in fifth grade math. I
Mhm.
even asked them in fifth grade if I could hold her back. They felt the coordinator called me
Okay.
to say how honored she was because she's never had a parent. She's never had a parent in the 25 years that she's been doing this to say that I may consider holding her back because I don't want her to feel pressure going into the sixth grade and the math is struggling. So she
Right.
said, no, 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 no. Everything you're turning in is satisfactory. She is on a great track. Do sixth grade, but you can
Mhm.
do fifth grade math. It's okay. You know what I mean? Like, don't put too much pressure on her because it's a lot harder steps in the sixth grade math. So it's okay. So I
Mhm.
had to like not stress that she's not living up to where because once she gets it, once you get the math, like
Right.
it's easy from
Yeah.
there. I think that was the hardest part. It was the pressure.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you gotta be advocate for them. Let them know, I got you. I see you
Mhm.
struggling, and I'm gonna find some ways. Whether it's music, there's amazing YouTube
Mhm.
um, links. I'll put them in the chat for you because
Okay.
there's so many. Like Mr. Mike's music, like they do all kind of math problems, and it's with
Okay.
music.
Oh,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that'll be cool.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, and make sure you and
It's a
send it to me
lot
in
of
an email
different ones.
because I will actually link them on the website as well as a
Okay.
resource. Yep, most definitely.
Okay.
Of course, you guys, you have to think about your communication and social skills for your kid. And we talked about, how they communicate. So using the AAC device, um, and some parents uses the picture exchange. So you have again, you have to go back and learn your kid and what they are accustomed to and what will work for your kid. Like we said earlier, what may work for my kid may not work for yours. So this is where you have to pay attention, guys. So you have to think about if your kid is nonverbal, you have to think about how you're going to have good communication between you and your child. Because when you're a homeschooling, the objective is for your child to be able to communicate with you in their own way. Okay? So let's move on. And here are some tools. As you can see, the device that a lot of parents are using, the speech generating device, the communication board. They have symbol apps, and all these will be. You will find links to all these in the website as well to find these devices. And I also have a link to where you can print off the little PECs, where you can cut them out and make your own little PEC system as well. Um, Using the picture schedules, teaching stories. Of course, we talked about the first and then routines, using the calendar. So we talked about all those things, guys. Okay. So all these things you need to consider. Behavioral and self-regulation. Woo wee. Remember, we look, go back and watch yesterday's stream because I go into detail about the behavior, and discipline, and routine and structure. It's very, very important. So please make sure you go back and watch that. I would suggest if you're doing homeschooling that you have a de-escalation toolbox, right? The ways that you would teach your child how to stay calm, things that will help them soothe, right? With the weighted vest, weighted blanket, fidgets, music. Sometimes it's the music, and sometimes like if the lights are too um, uh, bright, turning the lights down. So you have it all boils down to going back to paying attention to your child, because you won't know what things to get for your kid or the curriculum or how to set up the room if you don't know your kid. And I don't know. I feel like that's what it all boils down to. Knowing your
Right.
child, because you
And
won't be able to do
besides the
nothing.
basics, yeah, besides the basics,
Right.
sight words, like sight
Mhm.
words are words that they learn on sight. They're gonna look at that word and it or the bus. Like those are
Mhm.
the up to maybe 5 letters, depending on where they at. But you starting off small, so
Mhm.
again, it's like she said, the interaction and consistency. You'll see where your children are struggling, especially just the simplest things of articulating a T sound.
Mhm. Mhm.
So we're gonna work on that. Roll your R's and things like any
Mhm.
of these
Right.
things.
Right.
Again, you got to get down to the nitty gritty and get a little silly. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Here are some apps and software and digital tools that you may can use. Okay. And all these things are in the workbook. We're going to talk about the workbook in a second. So you have communication apps. Here's a few that's up here. Touch and chat. What is that? Let Me Talk. It's a PEC style app because I know a lot of parents use that. The Lebo AAC device for reading and literacy. We have the Bookshare. You have Raz Kids. You have Auto Sparks. It's like a game. It's like a gaming app where they teach you how to read through little games. Then you have the math and logic, of course, Khan Academy Kids. What is the other one? Dragon Box. I like Dragon Box.
Mhm.
I'll be on that
Yeah,
myself.
Prodigy.
I'll be on that
We
myself.
just
Prodigy.
she just started that one.
Okay,
The
yeah, yeah.
Dragon Box. Yeah. I
Dragon
was like,
Box
"The
is my
Dragon
thing.
Box." I was like, "Let's
Yeah,
look this
I
up."
like it. I like
Yeah,
it.
her main one is the Time for Learning. When she was little,
Okay.
was ABC Mouse,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Reading
ABC
Eggs,
time for the
Starfall. We got a
Starfall.
Splash Learn is good too. I think it's like
Oh, I
90
haven't
bucks for
tried
the
that one
year.
yet.
They
Yeah.
have online classes at least twice a day, Monday through Thursday. They
Okay.
about
I'll
an
have to try
hour
that
or
one
so.
too.
Yeah, it's cute.
iExcel is a good one. For schedules, of course, Time Timer app. You have a and just get a planner, a visual planner calendar on the wall. Okay, you don't gotta get no apps and all that kind of stuff. But unless you like me to need an app and a calendar, you can do that. There are some behavior and self-regulation apps and softwares. Um, there is a zone for regulation apps. I'll be putting that in the link. There's one app that's called Breathe, Think, and Do with Sesame. We have calm strategies. Then you have the Stop, Think, and Breathe. Oh, that's the same thing. Yeah, Stop, Think, and Breathe. They have different sections on there for your kid when it comes to behavior and self-regulation. I haven't used none of these. I didn't need a need for any of the behavioral ones, but those
Mhm.
are some of the ones right there. Then we have some of the special education platforms. Teachers Pay Teachers, understood.org. Of course, Autism Speaks have resources in library, and also, my website as well. I have a lot of resources there, and Autism 360 as well. So those are some, and I will have a list for you guys for that when you want that.
Mhm. And just let me encourage, parents, your local libraries have so much. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh. Most of them offer so much. They are really for the community. They even have food
mhm,
pantries. So
exactly.
just look into what they have for, children with autism, and if there's separate than, the children who are neurotypical, because they do have those. So just they
Yep.
have big pamphlet books of what they do all month. Look on it, see what you want to do, schedule it off, put it on the calendar, and take the kids out.
Yes. So,
Okay,
and
you're 1 in 31.
oh yeah, and we actually just had an event at the library here in town for autism. So, and it was awesome too. So, this is absolutely right. So let's talk about now. Here are some more things that you guys need to consider. And again, it goes back to knowing your child and what your child's needs are, right? So you have to consider therapy services, because sometimes your child needs to have OT outside of you, because a lot of times some parents don't know how to implement the program or the strategies that the a therapist would use, and they need assistance doing that. So a lot of times with homeschooling, you can have a OT, speech therapist, or ABA therapist come to your home. You don't have to send them out. You don't have to send them to the center or anything like that. So make sure you consider the therapy services that your child may need. Um, Depending on the school district, you must make sure that you take consideration of the assessment and evaluations that you may need. And consider your family and parent support for yourself. That's going to be important, because teaching, it can be difficult, because there are going to be times where they don't want to do the work. You're going to have to have patience with your child. You gotta have patience. You must have patience, because just like sister said, they're little humans too, and they're gonna make mistakes. They're not perfect, and if you don't have
Right.
patience, you're gonna lose it. Okay.
Yeah, they can't afford to keep pushing it off or brushing it off. You have to make them commit to a time. So if it is some behavioral issues and it has to be set for another time, Make them tell you. All
Exactly.
right, what time are we going to do it? No, you have to tell me. Is it going to be 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock? 3 o'clock? Does 3 o'clock work for you? Okay, you said 3 o'clock. You said
Mm-hmm.
3 o'clock.
Yep.
So that's 3 o'clock. I expect you.
Exactly.
I expect you to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll have a snack for you now. Don't worry. I got you.
Right, right. I don't know if you hear me when I go in the room with Caleb and I ask him, I was like, okay, what time you want? 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock? And they were like, he'll give me a time, whatever. So
But
yep,
definitely you can't do the willy nilly. Only two choices. Like you can't,
exactly.
because you get them too many options. Like they have too many damn options. Stop giving them that. Listen, this or this,
Exactly. Yep.
banana or apple. All right.
Well, you can't be getting all them choices, okay? One or the other. Consider online communities for a little bit of encouragement and assistance. A lot of times you could be in a online group and somebody's having the same issues as you, and then you might get some encouragement, some direction. So don't be afraid to join some of the groups. Just make sure that you do your research on whatever you might be looking into that you saw online or something like that. Make sure you do your research. Do your research. I can do your research. Do your research. Also, uh, make sure you look into all the legal aspects of homeschooling. I know that some states you have to turn in a letter of intent that you are planning to homeschool your kid. Did you have to do something like that, or is that something that you used to go to the school for?
Yes. Yes. Nope. You have to go to the Board of Ed. And I
Okay.
still had to go to the school that she was enrolled in and force them to pull her off their roster after a
Oh,
year.
oh
And they
wow.
said they were keeping her on just in case I changed my mind. Or you were keeping her on so you can get that check for the month. The Title
Right.
One, Title Two schools in these communities. Yeah, they get a check for them seats. So
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't have to be a hard transition, into homeschool if that's what people choose. When children leave school, they don't just leave academics, they leave the pressure. They
Right.
leave comparison, they leave performance. You know what I mean? They actually get the individualized learning, they get more independence because their learning is on them. It's their responsibility now. I don't care what age, you better let them know it's your
Yeah.
responsibility to learn. This is
Exactly.
your job. Even if you want to pay them 10 cents per worksheet, you know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
decide. A nickel is a
Exactly.
lot of money for a little kid. You don't know. Okay, it adds
Okay.
up. I'm
It
just
adds
saying,
up.
right?
Right.
Especially if they smart and they like money, like, that 5 cent
Right. Like I
add
could
up. If I
buy
do
a
10,
lot of this.
I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness. Yes, indeed. And here's
No
one.
candy reward.
Right, right. And here's one of the things that I stress with all the parents that I work with: documentation. Document everything. Keep a portfolio. I have a tub of stuff. I have a desk drawer full of stuff, Mr. Gibbs, and I have one of those extra large container thingies of documentation from birth. I ain't get rid of nothing. But in this situation, I would keep all correspondences, appointments, people that you talk to, phone numbers, doctors, therapists, teachers. Keep it all. Do not throw it away because you never know when you won't need
Yeah, yeah. Keep it all together and
it. Hmm.
organized, not all
Hmm.
over here and
Yeah,
in
yeah,
this
yeah.
drawer and
Don't
that
do
drawer.
that
You
because
better
that's gonna
find
drive
it.
you crazy. It's all over the place. Yeah.
Try to keep it organized, even if you got to
Mhm.
color coordinate your folders, because if
Yes.
your
Yes.
child
Yeah, I have mine.
is neurodivergent, has some issues, you might have your nervous system's off a little bit too. So you need this structure and consistency as well. So everybody need
Mhm.
to jump on the structure chain.
Exactly. Indeed. So like I have mine in separate portfolios by the school year. So it's by the year. So up to now it's like 21 of those little it's like and they got like a color tab on each one. Yeah. Anyway, y'all get what I'm saying. And here's some more things because a lot of times parents are concerned about financing homeschooling. So, because buying things for the classroom, getting tools that you need for the classroom, and they may be looking into a financial situation. Of course, if you on Medicare, Medicaid, there is a Medicaid waiver for programs for therapy funding. Um, you have to check with your state because some states have autism funding and scholarship programs for homeschooling as well. Check into your 501c grants for autism families. There is the ABLE account, of course, right? The tax-free disability savings. And look, hey, you get an IRS deduction, okay? It ain't much, but you get some. So that's some of the funding. And make sure you look into your state because certain states have different types of funding and programs that will help parents with a financial assistance when it comes to um, your kid. Okay. So here are some of the therapy types. We talked about that. You have OT, speech, behavior therapy, and you have social skills therapy. Okay. That's what that looks like. Had that in there. All right, sis. One of our favorite parts. The parent self-care around here in these streets. You got to take care of yourselves, mama and daddies, because we want to prevent burnout. Please check the stream that Sis and I did on self-care. Okay. You might want to check into that and watch that because we break down a lot of self-care for parents. Okay. Schedule your own breaks. Mommy need a break, okay? Mommy need to go out in the garden and just chill for a second. Schedule your own breaks, okay?
Respect my space.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's called. Respect my space.
Right. Um, Identify your own stress signals. When you get overloaded, okay? Tag team with your partner or family member. If you can't handle it, like, hey, do math with him today. I need a break. Okay. So you have to prioritize your own self-care needs as well, not just for the child. I think that's what a lot of our parents, we tend to forget about ourselves, but you can't pour from an empty cup. Remember that. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Uh, Stay educated. Stay educated. There's always something new coming out. Make sure you read, you do your research, keep abreast on everything autism or whatever disorder that your child may have, or just in general on parenting alone. What's going on out in the world that may affect your child. So always educate yourself. Read, 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 read. Okay? Don't just stroll on TikTok and on the dark web. I need help, but but I read though. Okay, I just got a problem on the dark web.
But I read though.
I read too. It's just be
You see,
fun.
I like puzzles too. I can sit and do a whole book of puzzles, child.
It just be so entertaining. Oh, track and celebrate progress. Not just your kids, yours too. Yours too. Keep a learning portfolio with photos and samples. Look what he did today. Like every time Mr. Caleb does something new, I'm taking a picture. When he made that cake, I videoed every step that he did. I took a picture of it, and we took a picture of eat the cake and everything. So little victories. Oh, darn it! Oh, darn it!
Love the small victories, man. But that was some
Oh,
good cake. So I'm getting my plane ticket. He better make me a cake when I get there. Try and get a piece.
I
Mm-hmm.
forgot what that cake was for. That was for Mama's
Mm.
birthday.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Caleb.
He made my mama a lemon cake for her birthday. That was the last time we got a birthday cake. Sorry, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
oh my. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Girl, here's my tissue. Look here. Your brother still got his tissues from Saturday.
Give me some tissue.
He
Oh
still
my
got his tissue.
goodness.
I missed it.
Sometimes
I need that clip. Is that-
only us in that club will understand. Sometimes it hits you. We in a different type of club when you lose a parent. Okay. Anyway, build your own village. You got to build a village. You got to build a connection with other parents that understand where you are. Even educate your friends that you have now. Educate them on it because they also are part of your village. So you don't want to keep them in the dark. Like I tell brother and sister all kinds of stuff about Mr. Caleb. Like, look, he doing this, he doing that, like that. I want to educate them on him, his behaviors, his strengths, where he's weak, things that he's weak in, the things that he will need assistance in, because you never know. You may need your village. You never know when you may take sick, and then your village will have to take time to take over, watch over your child while you're getting better. So I try to
That's a
tell
fact.
parents, don't think you're alone, because I went through that. I went through. I'm in this by myself, and I secluded myself from everybody because I felt like this is my battle, nobody else, you know. And I had to slowly, gradually let other people into our world because we were in this little bubble. We were in this little bubble, and I had to understand that you try to be super mom or super dad and try to do everything on your own, but at some point you're gonna say, I need help. Caleb is 6 feet something. I'm only 5 foot. Child, look. I will need some help. Like, so if I say I need to take Mr. Caleb to the doctor, guess who? I got to call somebody to help me in this doctor room with this big boy. You know what I mean? So build your village. Build people with people that you trust, that you know that they will love your child just like you. They will care for your child just like you. Okay? So, and if you're in a space where you have, you know, some issues with your mental, with your emotions, do not hesitate to reach out to a therapist. Seek out some type of support. You're gonna need that. You have online peer support. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And a lot of times we don't like to ask for help. Because I am Superwoman. Hear me roar. Okay.
I'm strong and independent. I
Right.
got this.
Right. You do
You hear
not
about
want
me?
that. Exactly. Do
You
not
know,
want.
again, with that, parents got to give yourself some grace. Watch the bridges you burn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You definitely don't want to do that because, again, these young people will become adults and your ass ain't going to live forever.
Exactly.
Somebody may need to step in and take care of your child or the state will,
Exactly.
you
And
know. So
we
that's
talked
that's
about
something.
that, child. Woof. Check out that.
Yeah, no,
That
they're hard conversations.
yeah. So make sure you build your village, build connections. Don't be afraid to build connections, because I know sometimes we go through, like, we afraid of what people would think, especially if your child, does, little quirky things, stimming and things like that. Oh, they're not going to understand. They're going to look at them crazy. They're going, why are they staring? They're not going to understand and all that. So you have to get out of that thinking, because you never know the people that you think that's like stern because they're like judging you. They're actually, trying to, want to reach out to you to show you some compassion and some grace. So don't be so. I had to learn it too, not to be so standoffish when people are trying to help. Because like, nobody tell me about my thing. You get that little attitude, boy. Are we almost done? I think we almost done. Okay, guys. Here's 30 best practices. I will. We can read a few of them. Start your day with a visual schedule. We talked about that, right? Timers. Give 2 to 3 choices. Look, I don't be doing no three. We doing 2 choices. Okay. Now I know about three. Celebrate the efforts. Keep lesson segments short, depending on your child's attention span, right? Let's see another one. Post expectations visually, so they know what they need to do for that day. Mr. Cater has this giant schedule on his board, so he knows what's going on what day. Okay. Let's go on to the data and communication. Maintain a communication log with all therapists. So if you have any, if they're receiving therapies, you want to keep, a track of any new things, any old things, any changes along with the therapist, so that you guys can be on top of what your child needs. Build in sensory breaks before the child asks. So that means go back to paying attention to your child, because there's always a trigger. You know those triggers, right? So then you'll have that. Let's read a few more. Sometimes you can use video modeling for social and daily living skills. And modeling yourself, because like I showed Mr. Caleb how to iron his clothes by me ironing his clothes, right? He was just stand there and watch me iron the clothes, and then I let him iron the clothes. So you don't have to use a video for everything. How about you do it? You do it, and then they watch
Is
you.
it is it really that? I mean, it's
Sis,
not
it
rocket
is.
science.
It is. It is.
It is. It is. You right. You right. You
It's
can't just tell
hard
a
for
kid to
them,
go wash
sis.
dishes. They ain't never washed dishes just because they washed you. They 7. And then
Exactly.
you're gonna yell at them for the dishes being all dirty. You gotta stand over them. I'm telling you. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, and try to attend at least one autism training per year, and that's just to keep up to date with any changes, any new tools, any new therapies, anything that will maybe to assist your child. And of course, you know what I say: document everything, baby. Keep it in the binder, a digital folder, and like I got portfolios in the big chest
Hmm.
of stuff.
And it's a meeting place.
Hmm. Hmm.
Definitely join some of those events because
Yes,
it's a meeting place.
it is.
So definitely a place to ask the questions to the right people.
Exactly, exactly. And remember, you are the expert on your child. You are, not the doctor, not the nurses, not the teacher, not the therapist. You are. Well, you know what? I'll take that back. You supposed to be, because these days the teachers be knowing more about your child than the mamas and the daddies around here. And that's a shame. Did you see that post? I think I posted where the lady was mad at the school because the teacher found out that he couldn't read it. Something. She was mad at the school. Like, lady, you need to be mad at you. How your kid is in the ninth grade and he can't read? Ma'am, you don't know this child can, sis. I can't. I
Mm-mm.
can't. That's, oh my god.
Yeah. You ain't checking no work.
Right. And she mad at school. She thought she want to sue the school because her child can't read.
We've been here 8, 9 years. That's been a regular thing here. School
Mm-hmm.
system fails them all, but the parents failed them first.
Exactly.
Like you failed them first. I'm sorry. He's supposed to learn to read from you. You send him to school. We got a
Exactly.
whole 5 years with these kids. Neurotypical, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Autistic children, they need a little bit more work, but they can learn just as well. But
Exactly.
y'all ain't teaching them. Again,
Exactly.
we depend on the school. We outsource schooling like they should be learning from home. They
Mm-hmm.
learn so much more at home
Exactly. I mean, we
if
we
you do the
are, we
work.
are the first teachers, right? We are the
It's
first
supposed to
teachers.
be.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be. They learn words because we talk. If you don't talk, use a wide vocabulary of words, they won't know
Mhm.
them. That's what they're gonna know. No and what.
What? And
Mom wasn't even allowed to what us. What?
What?
Because we
Okay.
didn't let
Oh,
them
yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
We
you
don't
not
do
what?
that.
Nobody.
Mm-mm. So
So, sis, this slide is for you because I know that you do a lot of fun things with Madison. So I was like, let me look up some things that would be fun to how to make homeschool more fun. So I found out that that a lot of times a good thing is to add more field work. So the best way to make homeschooling education more inspiring is to add various field trips, museum visits, and simple journeys where they one can explore and take notes. What do you think about that? It's a
mhm.
great.
Yep. Absolutely. Learning, just walking around their neighborhood. I mean, it's something they should do because they should know their neighborhood. They should know where they live. They should know their
Mhm,
address, how to
mhm,
spell it. I mean, all these things are really important. They might even see regular neighbors, you
mhm,
know? So
mhm.
they're frequenting a neighborhood, they're learning faces. All of these things are important for them to learn the world around them. And it's
Right.
our job to teach them.
Mhm.
And if we sending them off to school, they're really not. They're really not. It's a different world than when we was growing up. It is absolutely not the same.
Yeah.
They're failing them.
So I saw this one that said some homeschoolers they organize homeschooling parties. Is that a thing?
I mean, if you get with some co-ops, some of them are called co-ops. They have events. They set, like even on Facebook, we're with the
Mhm.
homeschool for Baltimore and Maryland. So they put up events. The people will meet at Angel Park or whatever kind of parks, and
Okay.
socialize. So you might click up with a couple of people. Meet a couple friends, and then you guys decide to have these little homeschool parties. You get the kids together. They can do science projects.
Mhm.
We can go on nature walks or
Okay.
whatever the case may be. We usually go to like museums and stuff like that.
Mhm, mhm.
Just hang out, get
Um,
some bacon.
right. And if you have a very intuitive person, he likes science, and so there was another suggestion like make a little small research lab. So to do chemistry. Like I think I told you that we brought a volcano kit. So we're gonna do the volcano, Lord Jesus. That should be fun. So think about doing that. Make your little scientists. Make it fun. Get them a little white jacket, a little thing that they put on their head. Make it fun. Like make a video of you doing it. You know what I'm saying? So make it fun for your kids. You know what I'm saying? Then there was another suggestion of making like a homeschooling experience blog. So if they're like older and they're writing, this will help their writing skills. If they do like, okay, this is what I did today. Wherever the prompt is that they can get into, and post it because if you have a Google account, they do have like a blog spot, so you can create a blog. So you might want to do that. And if you're in like a little group, the kids may be able to get into a little blog thing where they share their blogs together or something like that. Just suggesting. And also, I think you mentioned this too, sis, about letting them choose, getting them involved in what they want to actually take part in. So that can make it more
Yeah.
exciting when they get to choose it, right?
I mean, but, they still need to understand that there's some curricula that's mandatory. This
Mm-hmm.
is mandatory for this year, but we can add in this, that, and whatever else. So on Time for Learning, they were electives. So we
Mm-hmm.
were able to have 5 courses and to
Hmm.
choose 2 electives. So
Okay.
she chose art and another science.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And it tells you what grade it's in. So I think it's actually a 7th grade. It might be an 8th grade art class,
Oh,
like
okay.
introduction
Okay.
to art, but it's basic. They teaching the Mona Lisa, like the
Oh, okay.
same.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Sis, as soon as I pulled it up, I said, "You got to be kidding me!" I'm looking at the pictures. I'm like, "These people ain't even American." You know, so, listen. So she loves that I be just so
Right.
annoyed
Right.
because
That's
like they
crazy.
really try to teach you how they taught us. Yeah, well, we're not
Right.
gonna do that. Let's do this
Oh
first, and then
my
we'll go
goodness.
back and answer their little silly
Right.
questions.
Right. Like
They be trying. You hear me?
that's
Throw
crazy.
in slavery, like first
Right.
grade. I'm
That
sorry.
is
Okay, story time. Story time. We on an assignment And it was social studies, but
Mhm.
there was no activity, no discussion about slavery. There was no build up to slavery as of then, right? So the
Right.
question was whatever, and the answers had slavery as one of the answers.
Oh,
So
we did.
she don't know that word. So out of the
Right.
the four, she's like, well, I don't know this one. So what we do when we don't know a word, we get a dictionary.
You look it
So
up.
she's not just gonna avoid that, you know what I mean? Because this is what we normally do, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that wasn't a good look, because then I had to create a whole curriculum of
Oh, so you had
history,
to teach her.
the
Oh, okay.
tribes, because I
Yeah.
didn't consider them slaves, right? People,
Mhm.
tribes being stolen, and casualties
Yeah.
of war, and
Mhm.
just how that whole trajectory happened, and then what happened here, like the
Mhm.
truth. Yeah,
Right.
it was something unique in second grade, but you got to give
Yeah.
it a childlike context, and then third grade follow up a little stronger, and in fourth grade, like you kind of got you got college American history in fifth grade,
Mhm.
because they don't
Do,
teach you that truth
do you think that
early.
that's one of the benefits of being homeschooled because you get to do that? You know,
Yes, I would say.
when you see missing pieces, you
Yeah.
can, put it, create a
I mean,
curriculum.
you can do that with them in public school, and that's what you said. Pay attention to detail. When they come home, you have this breakdown of how the day went. It ain't just how was your day. You want to look at the homework. They would ask follow up questions about specific
Mhm.
subjects and things to ensure that they was learning something. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
not just fly by night,
Mhm.
closed in questions. It should be open ended questions where they really have to give an answer, and it's not just yes or no.
Exactly.
So, you can fill in the context, and that's what we're supposed to do. They're gonna come home with the same information we did when we was in sixth and seventh grade. You're gonna be like, wait a minute.
Right.
Okay, well,
Right.
let's fill in some of this.
Exactly.
Well, let me show you a video, like, because it's so much we can give them. We can give them audio, visual, so many different ways. Just throw a book at them,
Right.
and here, read this. So it's so much more that they can get. But we give them the truth first, and then the school kind of follows up.
Yeah. I
With
agree.
the first three. So now we're the first everything with Madison, because,
Mhm.
she didn't have that school setting at all, pretty much.
Okay.
Kindergarten don't count. she,
You like
she,
Katie
learned,
Darn
she learned to
Johnson?
suck her thumb again. That's what she did.
Oh man. Okay. So what I'm doing. So this is a little picture. I just put this together so you can see some of the activities you can do with your kids. Sensory play, nature walks, arts and crafts, physical activities, sensory apps, games, animal therapy. I gotta show you this picture where I took Caleb. I think he was like 6. I took him to the chicken farm, terrorized the poor chicken. Jesus Christ. Had all the chickens running from him. They were so cute. Also, help them, doing little things in the house. Of course, that's teaching them life skills as well. Like little laundry, carrying the groceries, little things. So there's a lot of things you could do with your kids, right? And helping you at the same time. Hey, come help me do this laundry real quick.
Them wall push-ups. Do y'all remember did y'all climb up the wall like Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Did you have the hallway where you took your legs and you kind of scooted and climbed up the wall, man? That was a,
yeah,
a
yeah,
competition in the house. You can get to,
yeah,
can you lay your body flat
yeah.
up, child, please. Y'all better let these kids play. Get
And
footprints on the
then like
wall, and they can
on
see
the
them
on
too.
the on the fourth floor, we had like this banister thing that went across from like in the stairs. Then you had a banister here, you had a banister. So then you would just lay across and try not to fall off of it because you're gonna break your neck. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did all that. Did all that. Do that. Those were fun. Kids they don't know about real fun. They don't know about
Yeah,
real.
the innocence is done, and they're distracted. They're distracted with technology. Like if you pull that away, they'll have nothing to do. Yeah, the last 3 days I took the Chromebook, and Madison's been being really creative, putting together a puzzle,
Right.
doing some painting, doing her hair, painting nails. Like,
Let me tell you
take it
something.
away.
Mr. Caleb didn't have that YouTube bed. Mr. Caleb was playing all the games. He was all on his shelf. I'm like, what you do? He was looking for something. I said, see, take away the electronics, baby, away. Oh, and let me tell you something. We have a fish game. It has fishing rods and it's the little fish be going around in a circle, so you have to catch the fish with the little fishing rod. This boy be tearing me up. Look, Mr. Kato be beat me at the little fish game. I can get like two fish out of the whole thing. He just be like, yep, yep, yep. I'm like, you're not gonna let mommy win. See how they do you. See, they don't even let them. They won't even let mommy win. That's a mess.
Mm-mm.
They won't even let mommy win. All right. The last slide. Look, you are your child's greatest teacher. You are your child's first teacher. Okay. You are your child's first teacher, and you are the greatest teacher. You are their first role model. It starts with you. Parents starts with you. Okay. So this is the end of this. Let's go over to the other screen. So sis, thank you for coming up. Anything you want to add to the presentation? Anything you think was missing that we needed to talk about? So next time I do it, then I'll just add it in there. Make sure you send me those links to the music thing, and I will definitely do it.
I think just more support for the parents. I think the parents are the ones who need more support. If they had more support, they would have they would be more equipped to advocate.
Yeah.
And be willing to learn something new. Because the old way may not work no more, especially as they age. When we bring children home, we don't just change education, we actually change their health. And that's something that you should consider. They're struggling.
Yeah.
They're struggling, and we're forcing them to go in so young. So, if you are considering that, it may be better for everybody's health. I'm just saying. The money part is not a big issue. The little programs start off like $20 a month. Go to the dollar store and get all those little workbooks. They have an amazing amount of money. When you finish it, go get the same book and let them do that again. You understand what I'm saying?
And check out the thrift stores, because a lot of couple times I found books and
Your mic's low.
I think that is
I'm sorry.
I found the books and workbooks that hadn't even been used. They were still in the plastic at the thrift store. So I mean, just shop around. You may find things that that you'll be able to use. That's definitely an option of doing that. So guys, as you know, I have a workbook for each of the sessions that we have. So of course, yesterday was the discipline and structure. That is up on the website, and we have the one for where. I swear, y'all, I don't know what I be doing, y'all. I be putting stuff all over the place.
You got this. It's in there. It's a lot of stuff.
Oh, here you go.
You got it.
I know I got look. And so this is the behavior workbook that is available online. So these are the pages that are in there. I'm giving you ways to do your check-ins, your planning. So all of the steps that we talked about in the presentation is in this workbook. It's available for download on the website. And I also put some different some other tools in there as well. Oh, this is the behavior one, ain't that? See, sis, I told you I had the right one. That's the wrong one, y'all. Hold on. I got so much stuff in here, y'all. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, I had picked the wrong one, y'all. Don't tell nobody. What's this one?
Go read them all.
Oh, there it is. Oh, here it is, y'all. I was like, wait a minute. So that first one was the behavior one. This one is the homeschool one, y'all. Here we go. So it has everything that we talked about in the presentation in the book. And you can download.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You see that, parents? You see that? Some schooling comes with the book. Nice workbook to help you out.
And you can download it on the website. if you go in the description of the video of the show, you'll see the website where you can go. Just go to the resources and click on guides and workbooks. And I think a few other ones are in there as well. So you get to see all the ones in there. This one is actually a little bit longer than the other one. I think the other one's like maybe 10 pages. I think this one's like 20 pages long because I put a lot of little tips and things in it as well. So make sure you have paper in your printer. Okay. Make sure you have paper in your printer. So yeah, so this is the workbook. So sis, any final words? Final words for our parents, for our caregivers, for
This
our
was amazing. Y'all go download that workbook. Goodness gracious. I hope it helps someone, right? Um, one person can make a difference, and I appreciate you and all the work that you do, you attempt to do, and you try to give, because it's needed.
yes.
I've seen over the last 15, 20 years so much struggle with
Mhm.
raising the children and teaching them and guiding them and giving structure and discipline and being consistent. Like it's no joke. So when we do bring them home, these are going to be some of the results. You're going to have less stress, you're going to have some more rest,
Mhm. Oh
better
yes.
nutrition,
Okay. That's a
rhythms. It's just the rhythm of the family changes. Because I
mhm.
remember jumping up at 5:45, trying to get everybody ready. Everybody got to go to their destinations, and like that was stressful for our nervous systems, not realizing it. But looking back, yeah, I'm sure that was stressful. And then they have to shuffle them off to school and deal with all that social craziness going on in there with
That
something.
part.
So
Right.
we just need to encourage, not to bully. It's definitely been a great rise of homeschooling. So it's absolutely been normalized.
Yes, it is. Yes. Mhm.
Okay, because it's like kids ain't gonna be social. It has so many like
Right.
stereotypes about
You know, that
whatever.
was the biggest complaint. They were saying that they won't know how to
Yeah.
socialize. But kids that go to school don't know how to socialize because they like this all day.
Listen,
They like
listen.
this even in school. They like this.
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of us. They going into the schools with it was the same stuff we went through. The same cliques of nerds and cool kids and the fly kids and the rich kids and the poor kids and the dumb kids and the curly headed kid, whatever.
Yep.
Ain't
So
nothing changed.
ain't nothing changed.
And the
Not
system is horrible now. So they don't get no individualized learning unless they're considered having some type of behavioral issue. And that's
mhm. And
crazy.
even with that, that's a struggle to get the correct services for your child in the public school system. You have to really
Mm-mm.
advocate for your kid and
You
don't
got to
let
know what to ask
you
for too. You can't
if
just
you
expect, well,
okay,
give me something. They're like,
right,
what?
exactly.
Okay.
All right, so tomorrow, guys, child, we got something to talk about tomorrow. We got
Oh, yeah. Those were fun times, man.
potty training
What
room.
those were fun times.
Do you know how many parents are struggling with that, like with the toilet training? Ooh, we struggling with that. Like a lot of the kids are they're like grown adults and still wearing diapers. Mm. So we're gonna tackle that tomorrow. So that's the toilet training. And then on Wednesday, who Lord, what they didn't tell you about autism and diet. We're going to talk about nutrition and we're going to talk about some holistic therapies as well. Okay. So this one is going to be a good one and this one I think will be for everybody really.
Yeah. And that's very, very much factual.
Yeah, it's going to be for everybody because once I start
Yeah.
talking about those mineral deficiencies and vitamin deficiencies in our bodies and stuff, and you were like, "Oh yeah, is that why I do so?" Yeah, you need some omega 3s in your body. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow.
Hmm.
And, and then on Thursday, which is the last name, my girl Javon will be in the house. We're going to catch up on our grown people. Okay, the next chapter, raising autistic children into independent adults, and she has adults over there in the streets, and her daughter finished her first year of college. So we're going to talk about that. And oh my goodness, guess what? She's going for her license.
All right. You go,
I was
girl.
like, ooh-wee.
You go,
I was like,
girl.
hey, let me know when she get on the road. Make sure I'm home. I was like, oh Lord, okay, okay. So she's going for her life. So we're going to talk about how the transformation from being a kid into an adult. What it's like. All the challenges, all the wonderful things that's happening, and from her perspective, because she has a girl, right? She has a girl, and I have a boy, so they have different challenges. Especially when it comes to the body and things like that. So we're going to talk about that. So that should be a good conversation. We're going to catch up on all of the kids. So yeah, we're going to do that on Thursday, and that will be the end of the symposium for this year. Now, it does not mean that I'm not going to be doing content. I'm going to try to do at least either drop a video or do a live once a month on the subject, or whether it be autism or on parenting altogether. Because I've been seeing some things, child. I've been seeing. I saw something. So I got a list. I got a one jumper. What do you call that thing? The USB of nothing but stuff for parenting. So I've been seeing some things, baby. So tune in for that. Sis, you want to stay with me? Do some super chats.
Sure. Salute and support. Thank you, everybody.
It's time for the super chats.
All right, let's get it. Let's see what we got in here. Thank you, everybody that tuned in, that supported the show. I truly appreciate you. This was fun. This is one of my joys. To give me joy. I feel good when I do this kind of stuff. Panels is okay, but when I get to teach, baby, you see, I smile a lot when I be teaching.
Hmm. I
this is
love talking about the
great.
kids and what we can do to be better for
Yeah,
them.
some lessons around here. I love giving lessons. Okay. Shout out to brother for gifting one membership. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I haven't got my soundboard together yet, y'all. So be patient. Shouts out to Trend for gifting one. Oh, he gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Trend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then brother came back. He said, "Nah, Trent, I got you." So he came and gifted another membership. And then Frederick Howard had a question, or he made a statement. Let's see. He says, "My 10-year-old grandson is doing college courses now from homeschooling." Oh, that's awesome. Because that is one of the things I hear in when people talk about homeschooling. They think they won't be able to do well in college because they were homeschooled. That's one of the things I saw in a lot of the videos
Mhm.
that.
Well, it's false.
Mm,
They can actually get scholarships and everything.
mm-hmm.
Most colleges are accepting transcripts now.
Okay.
It might have been like that years ago, but not
Okay.
anymore.
Not
Mm-mm.
anymore.
As
Okay.
long as you got a transcript, yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Okay. So parents, just know that just because they're homeschooled, they're not being blocked from going to college. So just look into what colleges are accepting of the transcript of homeschoolers and whatnot. So that is a myth. That is not true. Trent, thank you, Trent, for the $20 super chat. He says, "Y'all smoking this amazing job. Good, digestible info. I can tell Tall have a true passion and love for this." Did I
I
read
can
that
tell
right?
y'all have a true
Oh, that's
passion
a y'all.
and
I
love
was
for
like,
this.
what?
Yeah. It's a T, but it should
That's
be
a-
y'all.
I was like, I
Thank
know.
you, man.
I know I be having issues because I had some happy juice, but Lord, okay. Shouts out to Troy for the super chat. Thank you so much. Shouts out to everybody that tuned in. Brothers and sisters, y'all going live tomorrow? Yes. Okay. So
Yep.
make sure y'all tune in.
Pull on up. We got
Pull up
something.
tomorrow. I will be doing the toilet training about maybe at 5:30 at 6. It's not gonna be a long live, so because it's gonna be real to the point. And so then we're gonna redirect over there to brother and sis. So So make sure you guys tune into toilet training, and then we're gonna go over to brother and sis for tomorrow. I know brother got something cooking, and he was cooking today too. I was like, who is brother fussing that day? So we talking about the West
Yeah.
Coast, East
I was
Coast crap.
outside in the yard and in the kitchen cooking. I'm like, I hear him.
I was like, oh Lord.
And you know what I said? Go ahead. That's right. Tell him. You hear me?
I was like, who the mess piss brother off? They talk about the rap boy. He said the West messed it all up.
Listen, we've been talked about this
Yeah.
years ago. So now to be able to sit here and talk about it again and again,
Right.
we said we saw the trajectory. We watched it. We watched it happen. Hip hop's only 50 years old, man. Like my husband's 51. This is it.
So basically, you grew up with it.
We grew up with
Right.
it. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
So I get it. I get it. Once you put it like that, it's like, okay, so that's basically part of your rearing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, it was positive
hmm
till it wasn't. And we noticed.
Well, I guess I can talk about gospel music. Yeah.
Amen.
Because it ain't the same. That ain't the same either, child. That's the turn into demon possession, baby. Look,
It's way too much shouting. It's too much.
Sis, they don't even shout in church no more. They be twerking in church.
God damn.
They don't shout.
Listen,
They be twerking.
dress code too. So
Oh yeah. Oh, modesty is coming up, y'all. Modesty and femininity courses will be coming up soon.
what is that?
For that? Hmm?
What is that?
What brother? Brother, what you say, baby?
No, I said that. I said, what is that? Modesty.
Oh.
What? That exists?
Hey, we gonna talk about it. Hey, did y'all enjoy all the titties that were showing you last night?
There's a lot of titties last night.
It was nothing but boom.
Let's see what they look like when you take them bras off. This just be way up here. We was out the other night and the girl, I said, baby, look, her titties is touching her chin. But her stomach looked like she was pregnant. So it's like, I don't know what y'all be trying to do. Modesty is important. You look cuter.
I had
I'm
to
just saying.
fool the other guys because I was trying to I was saying, let me tell y'all something. Anytime y'all see them chicks with them boobies sitting up like that and like it's in their throat, they got on a waist trainer. They got on a waist trainer.
Even if not, it just says a lot to me about the character of woman you are choosing to be because there's no modesty there. I'm sorry. Or the crease, the titty action, the bump, all of it. It's just too much, especially if you're taken. If you're a married woman too, like, come on. If you free them, by all means, but if you're a woman of, this echelon, then you might want to keep them babies inside.
My thing is,
you putting strawberries and whipped cream on it for him. But we in a different show. I'm sorry.
I'm about to be petty.
Show.
How the whore? Wait a minute. How did the whore or the prostitute dress more modest than you and you the married woman?
Ooh, damn. Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Say the black woman is God.
The black woman is God. I ain't gonna even mess with that. The black woman is God. I mean, we can do whatever we want.
I'm just saying. How did that work? Like how did the one that you?
She was a little more covered up, but them thighs and legs was all out.
No. But sis,
so
comparing apples and oranges is crazy right now, sis.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
we listen and we don't judge. Just because my titties is out don't mean anything about my character. It doesn't say anything. We listen and we don't judge. It's just titties.
Oh, I'm judging. I don't care what you say. We listen and we
don't like titties, right? I mean, I'm just saying. A titty here, a titty there.
Hey, that panel had all the titties. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I was like, Lord Jesus, give me some.
If somebody think you selling it something, they might want to buy it.
Hey,
so
what OG said? What OG dad said? If you ain't selling nothing, take the sign down. So obviously y'all selling it, baby.
Oh, damn.
24 hours open.
24
I
hours.
mean,
It's open.
24-hour sale going on.
Damn.
Married or not, 24-hour sale.
That girl said, it's like Burger King over here, baby. You can have it the way you want it. You can have it the way you want it. That's
Ooh-wee.
crazy. But it's a different world. It's
It
definitely a
is.
different world. And especially to watch those ladies speak the way they speak and just it's unique.
Says
Yeah.
I watched that stream 3 times. I was so amused.
I need to catch the end. I lost the last 3 hours, I think.
Oh
By the
no.
end.
Okay, you gotta
It's
watch it. Oh,
crazy.
you gotta go back and watch the end, sis.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay. So I'm gonna have to go speed watch that.
ooh,
Salute to
yes.
Fatty and Ali and the crew. Ali, I'm just saying, sir. Got your back. I understand you, my guy. I'm just saying. I don't know. It may not be all the time, but I get it. I do.
Oh my goodness.
It's a double
Yeah.
standard, man. It's crazy. It's like invisible to motherfuckers. I don't know.
That
But
last
y'all good. I can't do it.
that last 2 hours. Ooh, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't no sisterhood either. Like just the
Oh,
disrespect. It was getting crazy. Bitch, it was just I mean,
everybody was shut up bees and
yeah, that was crazy.
yeah, that was wild.
Why do you think they disrespect each other like that?
Cause they disrespectful.
Damn.
They,
Damn.
they can't, sis. They can't.
Right. I mean, envy and jealousy is a motherfucker. You may not say it,
That's another good point. That's another
even
good
if
point.
you don't know the person. It's just it is what it is. Like it's on
That's a
instant
good
with
point.
women. It's an instant. A bitch could walk through the door and it's like I hate her.
Yeah. And hey,
Wow.
what do I say all the time? Envy disguises itself as a friend.
Mm.
Envy disguises itself. Hey girl, hey sis.
Oh shit, they was petty as hell. But I missed
And-
the end, so maybe I'm gonna catch it. I'll see what happens. But
oh
there was a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
people on the
yeah.
screen. I was distracted.
It
It was a
got
bit
interesting.
much.
It got interesting. I said, boy, they lucky I'm not doing retrospective tonight, cause baby, this show, the night show would have been terrible, because I had
Sure.
so many clips. It would have been too much tonight. Shout out to the Autism Awareness Night. Lord have mercy. Saved y'all from the debauchery that we was going to watch.
Child.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Well, that is it for tonight. So make sure you guys, if you want a workbook, please make sure you go visit www.accpsafe.com. Or if you are friends with me on social media or you know my email, just drop me an email or a message and I'll send it to you through email. Okay. And thank you everybody that had, contribute to the channel, everyone that participated in the chat, and of course, my sis on the panel. Thank you so much, sis, for coming in
Mhm.
and your perspective.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So don't forget toilet training tomorrow. Okay, nice, quick. There's gonna be a quick line. I don't have a lot of slides. I promise.
Mhm.
I promise, not a lot of slides tomorrow, guys. Make sure you tune into Brother and Sis on tomorrow night. I don't know what Brother got cooking up, but you know how Brother do, okay? So make sure you guys tune in there. And make sure if you're not subscribed, please go subscribe because I think they're at 800 something subscribers. So help them get to.
We've been there for a while.
We gonna
It's
do
okay. We know.
You guys help them get to the thousands,
Y'all need some watch hours. Y'all can go over to Mrs. She Said, check it out. Kitchen Medicine Cabinet, check it out.
Yeah.
Mr. He Said Cerebro Saturday. Yeah. Go on over there. We got quite a few
Go on.
pages, a lot of
Good
content,
content. Good content.
original
Cerebro
original
Saturday, not the
content.
other one.
Cerebro Saturday. He said not to.
Not the other one. Not the Timu one.
Oh Lord, the table what shit.
Not the Timo Cerebro.
Yeah, not the Timu Cerebro, the real one.
Hey, brother.
The original Don Dada.
But hey, what's the saying that comes on my show before every show? They watch, they
Watch.
hate, and then they copy.
Then they
That's
copy.
true. You do say
All
that.
right, all right, y'all. Be nice, cause I think I need a cup of catnip and turn on my red light. So,
Okay. Sounds good. Meow, meow.
I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night, y'all. Woohoo!
I'm a